This ship is my home for the next 2 days, but might be Edinburgh's coolest hotel. If you're new here, I'm Don and I make videos about the world's most unique hotels so you can book your next escape with confidence. I usually do tons of research to uncover unique places to stay, but sometimes the best discoveries happen by accident. I'm standing aboard the Royal Yacht Britannia, touring the Queen's former floating palace when this photo catches my eye. Another ship, similar lines and colors, but is that a hotel on a ship? I'll cover the full Britannia tour in my What to Do in Edinburgh video, but right now, I need to find out more about this floating hotel that's supposedly right around the corner. It's early October in Scotland, and today that means rain. As I walk towards this ship, I'm wondering if this will feel like sleeping in a museum or a tacky souvenir shop. The lobby gives me some immediate clues. Yes, it's small, but it feels pretty luxe. The floor is a reminder that I'm still on a ship, but everything else feels more like a boutique hotel. But before I show you around, let me tell you how the Fingal got here. This isn't just any ship turned hotel, it's the Royal Yacht Britannia's sister ship. The Fingal started life in 1963 as the last ship built in Glasgow, commissioned to service lighthouses around Scotland. For 30 years, she ferried lighthouse keepers, hauled supplies, and maintained beacons along the wild Scottish coast, many of which I passed when I drove the North Coast 500 last week. The Fingal was retired in 2000, sold to private investors, and almost forgotten. Then the Royal Yacht Britannia Trust had an idea. They bought her, towed her back to her home port of Leith in 2014, and spent 5 years transforming her into what she is today, Britannia's floating sister hotel. So if you plan to visit the Royal Yacht Britannia, your tour doesn't have to end when you step off that ship. Just walk 5 minutes and the Fingal can be your home for a day or two. All right, come on in and let me show you around this little room, but a really well-designed room. I mean, I am very pleasantly surprised. I was a little skeptical. I'm like, it's a ship, how big can the room be? But this is actually a pretty good size. But I think, for me at least, more importantly, I think it's really well designed. I mean, there's just a lot of thoughtful touches. I like the finishes, like nice lighting here and the reading lights, and just even like the switches are like high quality materials. The headboard is also, I think, kind of cool. I like the lighting element here around the ceiling, and you know, the photographs of the lighthouses. That's kind of the theme here. This ship used to provision lighthouses, so you see that theme all over the ship. But I actually think it's really cool and really classy. Ties into the history of this thing. Nice big closet with, I think, just some, again, more thoughtful design elements. Well-stocked minibar that I always appreciate. But yeah, I mean, the bedroom is, I think, really comfortable and really well designed. And then I think the bathroom's even nicer. Normally I wouldn't go for this kind of tile in the shower, but for some reason it works here. And again, just like high quality hardware and a pretty good sized bathroom for kind of a room of this size. So overall, the room gets high marks. The Fingal's docked in Leith, about 15 minutes from Edinburgh's city centre. I love Edinburgh. So much history, so much to see, but the tourist crowds can be a bit much. Leith offers the best of both worlds. Close enough to see Edinburgh's sights, far enough to escape the throngs. There's even a streetcar stop close to the Fingal that goes right to the city centre. This is a neighborhood where locals actually live. Some quirky pubs, some great street art, cocktail bars that serve residents, not tour groups. It's the Edinburgh most visitors never see, and a great way to experience the less touristy side of this city. this is the engine room, and I have to say this is one of the coolest things I have ever seen in a hotel. This is my favorite part of the whole experience. Standing on this catwalk looking down at this beautiful machinery, I'm reminded of what it took to power this ship through the North Sea. To me, this is a work of industrial art. Every gauge, every pipe, telling the story of 30 years serving Scotland's most remote lighthouses. As I walk the Fingal's hulls, I notice the photos of the lighthouses this ship used to service. Each cabin is named after one of them. The Fingal offers everything from the classic cabins, like the room I showed you, to duplex suites with spiral staircases that feel more like quirky townhouses than ship quarters, to the top-tier stevedore suite that comes with its own private deck. Here's my one very big disappointment with this place. The main bar and outdoor areas are closed for renovations, so I can only show you how it looks from the marketing materials. Anyway, it's pretty annoying because I wasn't informed of this when I made the booking, and the renovations literally started yesterday. It's supposed to take about 2 months, so instead of sundowners on the deck with harbor views, it's drinks underneath in the ballroom. Don't get me wrong, the ballroom is a beautiful space, especially with the harp player adding that extra touch. But I can only imagine how great cocktail hour would be in the summer, up on the deck instead. So I guess I have to console myself with a cold beer down here. You can also have a very fancy dinner here, but I'm gonna grab something in Leith instead. By the way, this is also where breakfast is served, at least during the renovations. You know, I started this channel because too often I was disappointed when I showed up at my hotel. But I've come to realize that a great vacation isn't just about where you stay. It's also about that perfect dinner, maybe a great art gallery, or an incredible hike other tourists don't know about. So if you're tired of guessing when you travel, check out my website where I can save you money and I think help you plan the perfect trip. They have left some beautiful chocolates too. There was a box left on the desk and then on the pillows. The pillows are excellent. They get a 9. Good night. In terms of the highs, I love this location. Close enough to the city center, far enough from the crowds. I also appreciate the really well-designed small spaces here. But you should know that timing matters. I think this would be best in the summer when the outdoor spaces are open. The best way you can support my self-paid quest to uncover the world's best hotels is by subscribing, sharing this video, and giving it a thumbs up. It really helps. Thank you. If you're headed to this city and want to be at the center of it all, in style, check out my experience staying at the Virgin Edinburgh, one of the city's best designed hotels with its own very unique personality. Thanks for watching and see us in the next video.